was raised by a black nanny for my entire life growing up.
I'm a British kid, and this video I'll be reacting to is the most American. If you haven't already, subscribe. It'll really help me out. American. So right off the bat, I tell the person on the left, they're 100% American. And I say the part the most American. The least American I'd say is the Asian looking dude, and the two black people, and also the dude with the pink shirt.
By the way, I was raised by a black nanny for my entire life growing up.
Yeah, lots of white people have been raised by black nannies.
I'll try to pivot.
Well,
Whoa. Wait. What point was she trying to make there? I was 100% right about my statement, basically. This is a person that, like, literally would, like, just cause trouble, you know? Ranking most
Can I ask,
American.
like, what is everybody's family background here in America?
I'll start. My dad is actually indigenous. He's Native American, Cree Nation, and my mom is a Black American.
Black American as well. I'm born here. My parents are from Compton. I also do have indigenous heritage as well, the Houma Nation in Louisiana.
My parents are just simple blue-collar working white Americans.
My dad's from California. His dad was from Canada. His mom was from Texas.
I was born in New York, but my parents are from Korea.
I was actually born in Europe, and I've been here for 7 years, and I filed for a green card recently.
Damn, I was wrong about her. I thought she would be American. That's actually born in Europe. Okay, that's interesting.
There, American dad, and my mom is fully Colombian.
What do we think makes an American, or makes someone more American than other? Like, what are our opinions on that?
I think it's a choice because we're like such a melt.
If they have a very strong accent, that's what my opinion. You what I said here, I didn't really think it through because it doesn't really make that much sense. You can sound American, but like you might not be American. So like that point just isn't really valid. So yeah.
Pot of everybody, but if that makes you feel proud, then that's what you are.
I could like agree with that. I also think too though that like lineage does matter and make a difference just because there are communities in America that have been here. I think that should be taken into consideration.
Served in the military. I haven't,
Right.
I've served in the Air Force for 6 years, and I don't think that makes me more American. It was more of a transactional agreement. I got paid to do it.
Yeah, I agree as well. I was in the military. Like, oh, he's military, he must like love America so much. And like, America is just a piece of dirt on the ground to me. People who contribute to their community in a meaningful way, those are the most American people to me.
Can you guys start rearranging?
Does that make sense? This dude's point does not make sense to me. Maybe I'm just tripping, but like, this dude really just say that whoever contributes the most, it can be considered American. Say for like, wait. Let me think about it for a sec. So you're saying that, like, if you contribute the most, like you're doing like the most, like you count as like a real American. So say if like you serve a war, like serve in the war in a Korea or something, are you really Korean or something? Like, I'm confused what this dude's trying to say, to be honest.
Yourself.
I think number one for sure. Yeah. And I just think only because you two have
I can
connection to somewhere else.
in the end for now.
Yeah, I'll move.
She's all
Second
for
to
now. I'm at the bottom, honestly.
How is she?
For so many reasons.
Tripping.
It's kind of weird, but I feel like I'm a human being. Like,
Look
that's
at her
my
face.
metric. That's what I'm concerned
She has a Donald Trump face on her.
about, and I think that that's more important than being from a country.
I completely agree. I imagine a future in which you can go anywhere, participate in that community respectfully, and like be a part of it. But I do think it's important to some degree to classify things because there are a lot of wrongs that America hasn't righted yet. I think once we get to a point where we can all like kumbaya together, none of this will matter.
The fact that there's so much to talk about in terms of like what has gone wrong or who did what you're doing is you're basically trying to blame somebody, and at all times blaming people doesn't help with the actual issue. Is like moving forward.
But I mean, we can't really move forward until we acknowledge what happened yesterday and we atone for it.
Why can't we just be okay and like just be good? Like we're so far
We
beyond
have to atone
that.
for certain things.
No, we don't. That's like
have
more of like
Wait.
a religious thing.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Yeah. Okay, I don't like. What's switching on, man? What are you on? Like, what are you on, man? Like, what are you on? I'm wondering. What are you on?
You know, it's not about pointing fingers at individual people, it's pointing fingers at like a system that still has like negative effects for lots of different groups of people.
Does everybody vote that can? And did you vote since you could?
I
like
did not
ever
vote.
since you could?
I didn't vote either.
I hate politics.
But the main thing about what we fought for on any side in America were the right to do these things like vote.
But we only have 2 parties to pick from. I would prefer the third party.
And like,
but the
you're
third
saying all this
party
kind of
doesn't
stuff. How
win.
you
If
know
vote
in
for
first
the third
place?
party, you're actually just hurting
I don't
your own
understand.
party. It's rigged.
Move
You do
the
it,
Donald
like,
Trump face
it's
to
not
first.
really, if you
okay?
get involved, you can't help but be a part.
Move the
can
orange
change
to
it.
first.
I'd rather take care of my immediate community, my immediate goals, my immediate life. I'm gonna be a good citizen, a good taxpayer. That's all that I need to do.
I agree with that. I can't vote, but I am very politically active.
Right.
So I think that might be more impactful than like all the third of the population who didn't vote for whatever reason.
Do you guys believe that citizenship status correlates to how American you are?
I don't agree because there's a bunch of people who come here with, you have to have $1 million and they put you into like a community of like-minded or like people, and all it takes is $1 million for these people to come in, and they don't have to do anything but just pay that money.
Yes, there are people who have millions of dollars and invest into the country, but that's not the majority of the people, and there are people who are undocumented and they want to become citizens because this is the only country they've ever known, but they can't. Are they less American just because of paperwork?
I think a lot of it has to do with effort too.
I thought so. I used to believe that. I used to think that if I come here, I go to school here, I work here, I can become a citizen eventually. I had to get married because that was the easiest way for me to come here. I don't think it's a fair process. I can get a green card in a year.
Okay. Saying here, I'm pretty sure. I guess it's true because like you don't have to like have documents. Don't prove how American you are. So yeah, I agree. I agree on that at least.
An American, but other people have been here for decades and still can't get a green card, and I don't think that is fair at all.
I think we should all just go through and finish our rankings and just kind of say why, and then maybe
That would be good.
regroup.
I think I'm number one. I think I'm the most American. I am a continuation of a long line of people who have done nothing but thrive and contribute to this country.
I mean, you don't have an America without Black and Indigenous people, just given the history and all the contribution. So I do feel like she should have been first.
Unfortunately, the thing about America is that race is just connected to everything we do. And that's why it's a mess. There are several different Americas. We do not live in the same world. I can already tell we don't live in the same
But by
world.
the way, I was raised by a black nanny for my entire life growing up.
Yeah, lots
nanny,
of,
so
lots
you
of
had-
white people have been raised by
Well,
black
I'm
nannies
sorry, but
over...
she raised me as my mom
Yeah.
because my mom wasn't there.
But you don't walk through life the way that I do. And I don't walk through life the way that you
I
do,
think
or that
that's
he
such
does,
a
or that she
victim,
does.
like, thing to say
I am
'cause
not
you're-
a...
Like, what's the point of mentioning that? Like, what's that add to? Like, what are you trying to say here? Okay, what are you trying to say here? Donald Trump?
But you have as
How-
much potential as I
And
do
I
at
know
birth.
that.
What
I'm
if I
not trying to
had
play the
some new-
oppression Olympics here. I'm just trying to paint a picture so that you can understand that not everyone lives life like you. I hope she at least heard what I said, and at least maybe it'll echo, you know, in the future, and maybe she'll remember like this encounter.
I heard everybody's opinion and why they felt that they did deserve to be an American or didn't. We all
Devin.
have our
Her name is Devin. She has a boy name. I've never heard a girl named Devin.
views, and I think they're all going to be in the end the same, that we're humans first.
I think it's best, for the sake of this conversation, to try to focus on our individual reasons why we're American and not so much because our ancestors did this and that.
Then why did you guys put me at the front?
Because of what you mentioned, like, as far as I understood, you want to be here, and this is like where you see yourself and where you identify yourself as being.
Do you feel American?
Ooh. Yeah, it's all I know.
You're more American than I am just because you would want to stay here. I would drop my hat and leave immediately. I'll go to the back line.
Okay,
If, like, my
now,
girlfriend
yeah,
said,
you're not good
I
at
want to
the
go back to
back
Taiwan.
girl
I'd
stay
go
in
with her right
front.
away. Free
Most
healthcare and mass
American.
shootings. That's already like 2 really good pluses to me.
I think I'm not
I
paying that much
choose
attention
America
to like,
all the time,
people.
but you know, if an alien from outer space came here and said he loved America and he doesn't want to go back to space, he's an American because he takes pride in it.
I'm gonna move myself to the.
Yeah,
say
I
I'm
would,
not-
I would
Yeah,
also
no,
rate
dude,
myself
who should-
lower.
who
That's
should
why-
be-
This is your final ranking?
Yes.
You're locking it in? Okay, great. What I'm going to have you guys do is take a mock citizenship test.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I
Great idea.
You guys have all been given
Okay, why-
20
why
random questions.
They
And
excited.
let's see how well you guys
Why are they
do.
so excited for?
Okay.
It is like history question or something.
How do you
I-
guys
I
feel like you
actually
may have
suck at this.
done?
I think I did bad.
There was at least 5 questions. I was like, man, I don't know the answer to this.
In 7th, we have Abe with 11 out of 20.
I mean, no
We
offense,
have a
but
tie. Sydney,
I mean-
11 out of 20.
A tie?
You and Abe.
Wait.
tied.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mr. Adler.
damn.
In 5th, we have Devin, 12 out of
Wait.
20.
Wait, what the hell? How did? Nah. I mean, like well, actually, to be honest, like knowing about history doesn't really, like knowing about like America's history doesn't even have to do like you being like really American, you know. Well, that's what I think, anyways. But, like, I'm surprised she got that like same as like the dude, like the Asian dude, man. It seemed like she would at least get a little bit better, but okay. And then look, the other the orange face now got 12 as well. So she didn't even do that good either.
Sydney and I are definitely very impassioned about the way we feel about America, and we were the lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
4th, Lance, 14 out of 20.
Okay, that's not too bad.
In 3rd, Daniel, 18 out of 20.
No wonder
And
they
at
were
a tie
so
for
excited.
First, we have Gabrielle and Lila with 20 out of 20.
No wonder they were so excited. No wonder. How did she go like? Oh,
Passing the civics test is a 12 out of 20.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
11.
failed.
Well, I got 12.
failed.
Oh, so this.
group ranking and actual
Kind of funny
ranking.
that the people who had the loudest voices are the ones that are at the bottom of this whole ladder.
That tends to
That's
happen.
fair.
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
well,
I
the
will
Asian
say
dude is
when
like,
Lila was talking about
I mean,
how hard she had to
I guess,
contribute
like, she's- I
just
don't
to
think he,
stay in
like,
this country, I
talked
think
that
that
much.
speaks more volumes than being able to take a test.
100%.
I agree.
I was surprised by how low some of the scores were, but I also wasn't surprised that I got them all right because this is something I have to study. So I don't
Okay,
think it's
like-
necessarily fair.
Yeah.
It's much more important for them to know what's going on right now rather than knowing like random like trivia questions about history that not
Yeah,
even
that's
American,
what I was thinking.
American-born people know. Being
Yeah, that's
an
literally what I was saying. Like, it doesn't matter if you know, like, random question about history, okay? Like, what, like, yeah, it doesn't actually matter at all.
not easily definable. There's gonna be always a sizable portion of the U.S. that no matter how American you are and how hard you work to be here, they're never gonna recognize you as an American.
I believe in a future in which America is a place where everyone can live harmoniously. I think we just need to do a better
Looks
job
like
of
she's gonna
listening
start
to each other,
crying.
being more
Is that just me?
empathetic.
Like,
Thank you guys so much.
nah,
Let's cut.
I'm probably just tripping. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far, I just want to let you know that I'm not even British.